Why did the Scarecrow win an award? Because he was outstanding in his field. Now let's meet our unlikely hero, Jerry. Jerry is not your average guy. Oh no, he's a scarecrow. And not just any scarecrow, mind you, but one who's been consistently overlooked and underestimated. He stands all day, all night, keeping watch over the farmer's field. But no one ever really sees him, do they? However, one day the farmer's tractor breaks down. Panic ensues. Who can save the day? The mechanic? Nope, he's out of town. The farmer's son? No dice, he's at college studying something like advanced quantum physics or the art of procrastination. So, who's left? You've guessed it, Jerry. Our straw-stuffed hero is the only one who can save the day. But here's the twist. Jerry, being a scarecrow, couldn't just walk over and fix the tractor, could he? Jerry had a plan, and it was about as likely to work as a chocolate teapot. You see, Jerry's plan was not your typical run-of-the-mill step 1, step 2, step 3 kind of plan. Oh no, this was a plan that would make Rube Goldberg himself scratch his head in bewilderment. It all began, strangely enough, with a crow. Yes, you heard that right, a crow. Jerry had this wild notion that a crow would land on his arm, setting off a chain of events that would put any domino rally to shame. From the crow, a pebble would drop, hitting a seesaw, catapulting a marble into a funnel, triggering a pulley, and so on and so forth, in a series of increasingly absurd and convoluted steps. But what was the end goal of this madness, you ask? Well, Jerry believed that this intricate, borderline ludicrous series of events would somehow, someway, result in his old broken-down tractor fixing itself. Yes, that's right. Jerry thought he could trick the universe into fixing his tractor. Now, I'm no expert, but I'm pretty sure that's not how tractor repair works. Still, Jerry was convinced. He had faith in his crow, his pebble, his seesaw, his marble, and his funnel. It was a plan so crazy it just might work, or it might end in a massive explosion. Only time would tell. With a deep breath, metaphorically speaking, because, well, Scarecrow Jerry set his plan in motion. Our straw-stuffed hero, Jerry, had the odds stacked against him. To be fair, it's not easy being a scarecrow with a grand plan, especially when you're stuffed with hay instead of brains. But he was determined. Jerry's plan was simple, or at least it seemed that way. He was to wave his arm, scare the crow, and save the farm. But as any good comedy would have it, things didn't go as planned. First, the crow, with a sense of humor as wicked as its caw, decided to land on the wrong arm. It perched itself on Jerry's left arm instead of his right, looking at him with an almost mocking gaze. You could almost hear it cawing, "Nice try, Jerry!" Then the wind decided to join the party. It blew in the wrong direction, sending Jerry's hat flying off his head. It spun in the air like a frisbee before landing perilously close to a candle. The hat, flirting with danger, nearly caught fire. But Jerry, our unlikely hero, persisted. He stood tall, or as tall as a scarecrow can stand, and continued his mission. He flapped his arms, scared the crow, and managed to get the tractor started. Despite all the mishaps, Jerry's plan worked. The tractor roared back to life and the farm was saved. The farmer, utterly confused yet relieved, looked at Jerry with newfound respect. His eyes were wide, almost as if he'd seen a chicken lay a square egg. The tractor, which had been on its last legs for years, was purring like a contented cat after a hearty meal. He scratched his head, then slowly started to chuckle. The chuckle turned into a hearty laugh that echoed across the empty fields. It was a sound that hadn't been heard in these parts for a while. "Well, I'll be a duck's uncle," he exclaimed, shaking his head in disbelief. In honor of Jerry's mechanical prowess, or perhaps his dumb luck, the farmer decided to reward our unlikely hero. He presented Jerry with a shiny new hat, the kind only awarded to the village's finest. And that, my friends, is why the Scarecrow won an award. Not because he was outstanding in his field, but because he was outstandingly ingenious. And a bit lucky. Okay, a lot lucky.